Hey guys! I have the July box from Paletteful Packs. Here I have the Liquitex Acrylic Inks. It comes in a set of 3 30 ml bottles. The colors are cadmium yellow light hue, naphthol crimson, and cerulean blue. These are professional grade inks that are fast drying, water resistant, and permanent. A very cute palette sticker. Next we have Marabou Graphics permanent markers, the Once Upon a Time set. These markers are dual tipped, one end has a fine tip and the other has a broad tip. We have 4 colors, red, blue, green, and black. These permanent markers have a low odor and are also waterproof. A Princeton Select No. 5 round brush. We have a 10-pack of Strathmore watercolor cards, including envelopes. These cards are 140 pounds and cold pressed. I actually have a bunch of these already. These days, I prefer to make my own cards instead of buying them. A Strathmore Mixed Media Sketchbook 400 series. It's 3 by 9 inches. A Legion Stonehenge Aqua Hot Press Paper Pad. I feel like we received these before, but I'm glad Paletteful Packs sent a small pad of this instead of a large one, especially since I rarely use hot press paper. Last, we have a plastic 10-well palette. The first item I'm testing out are the Marabou permanent markers on the hot press and mixed media paper. These markers create very bold lines and the colors are very vivid. However, I noticed with the fine tip end that too much ink is released and you can't get a thin, crisp, solid line. The lines look very blurry, almost to the point like it's bleeding onto the paper. So I'm not a fan of this at all. These markers are also waterproof. And here I am using a wet brush over the markers and there's no smudging. Now, it's time to experiment with the acrylic inks. I already own 2 bottles of acrylic ink in titanium white and gold. I use those 2 for highlights and embellishments on my watercolor paintings, but other than that, I don't have any real experience with acrylic inks. What I do know is that this medium is waterproof, and when you dilute them with water, you can create a watercolor consistency. The colors are very vibrant, but the naphthol red seems out of place with this set. A magenta would have been preferable. And as you can see, I created a mini color wheel, and the purple is quite dark and not as vibrant as the other colors. One thing I like about acrylics is that you can paint over previous layers, and I wanted to see if that was true with the inks. It was to a degree, but not completely. It depends on the opacity of the color you're using. The blue is opaque and the yellow is transparent, but the red color is listed as transparent as well, but when I put it on the paper, it looked opaque to me. One of the prompts for this month is snake, so I'm drawing a snake using the markers and mixed media paper. As I said before, the markers are very vibrant and they are indeed waterproof, but I don't like the fine tip at all, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be this way. I can't see myself using these in my artwork, but I can use them around the house for labeling stuff. I'm getting ready to start on my final piece, but before I do, I'm doing some color mixing to see what other color combinations I can get. I think the greens look fantastic. Not only can you get a vibrant green, but you can mix up some pretty natural looking greens as well. As I said, the purple isn't anything to write home about, but I do find the purple mixture does help to desaturate some of the other colors. I'm using a watercolor card that I already have, so I didn't open up the box I received. I find that this acrylic ink goes on rather streaky on this watercolor paper. There were certain parts I had to go over again just to cover up the streaky areas. There also came a point when I had to pull out my titanium white Liquitex acrylic ink. because I wanted lighter hues. I could have done the same thing by just diluting it with water, but I was worried about streakiness showing up on the paper. Overall, I think this was a pretty good box, especially if you consider the boxes that were received earlier this year. I think Paletteful Packs is making an effort to produce the same quality boxes like they did before. But I'll be honest with you guys, I actually canceled my subscription last month, but then I had second thoughts. I've been subscribed to Paletteful Packs since 2019, and I remember the awesome boxes they used to send out, so I decided to give them another chance. So far, the future looks promising. But back to this painting. I'm really pleased with how this card is turning out, but if I decide to redo this image or create something similar, I will add a little more contrast to it. But this isn't too bad for my first acrylic ink painting. So far, I'm really liking this medium. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to go out and get a bottle of magenta. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Also, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We're almost at 500 subscribers, and I'm really excited to reach that milestone. So stay tuned because I do plan on announcing a giveaway once I reach 500 subscribers. And if you made it to the end of the video, put a snake emoji in the comment section. Check out my other videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!